Hello, everyone. It's Lisa Bingham Dewart from Luxe Interiors Design. I am the magazine's Southern California and Los Angeles and Pacific Northwest Homes editor, so I wear a lot of hats. And I have the great privilege of doing something really exciting and new today. We are going to go on an exclusive tour of a brand new set of residences in Pasadena, the Terraces. And we are going to get an exclusive tour with Bree Long from etco, and also get some information on how to make these spaces your own from a couple of really interesting folks, MaryLinda Moss and Jennifer Farrell. So to give you a little bit of background, we have worked really hard over the past few months to develop this new way of sharing real estate in kind of a new and exciting way. And also just kind of bringing a new dimension to our own programming, given this sort of unique moment in our history. And it's causing us to think outside the box and do new and different things. So I'm delighted to bring you this event this morning. We're going to be taking you through one of the terrace penthouses. Bree will be walking you through it, and every once in a while she is going to stop, and Jennifer and MaryLinda have worked closely to select pieces of art and furnishings that would give you an idea of just how these spaces would work in someone's hands, to make them personal and make them exciting and bring another dimension into these really phenomenally beautiful contemporary modern spaces. So we'll take questions at the end. Feel free to post your questions in the Q&A spot down below if you see the bar at the bottom of your screen. Let's see. A couple other announcements. It's best to view this in speaker only mode. You'll have the best experience with the presentation that way. And a couple last bits about Luxe. Our July-August issue is dropping soon, so be on the lookout for that. I believe our covers are going to be rolled out very soon. And our Design TV, if you haven't checked that out, it's another initiative we've taken since the beginning of all of this, where we are doing some really fun presentations on Facebook and on Instagram. So be sure to check those out. Final note, if you're interested, we will have all the information on sources, furnishings, art. The terraces themselves will all be sent to you after the presentation. We have your emails, and we will be sending that all out to you once we've wrapped up. So without further ado, I would like to send this over to our panelists so that they can introduce themselves and take you on this wonderful tour. So over to you, ladies.
Hi, everybody. I am Jennifer Farrell. I'm the owner of Jennifer Farrell Designs in the Southern California area. So I have a design firm here, and I host Behind the Gates and Find Me a Vacation Home for AWE, the Wealth Network.
Great. I'm MaryLinda Moss of Source Art, fine art consulting firm here in Los Angeles also. We guide and support our clients with art procurement, bringing them the whole world of art, inspired by the vision of the designer. We tease out the client as collector and find the perfect artworks for the project.
Hello, I'm Bree Long. I am the Senior VP of Sales and Marketing for etco Homes, and we are a boutique home builder that's based in West Los Angeles. We've been around for about 30 years. We're family owned, and we really specialize and focus on residential infill projects in urban metro markets throughout Los Angeles. So Terraces at Ambassador Gardens is a perfect example of the type of community that we build, and we're really excited to share with you a little bit more about our community today, which is a private and secure urban enclave close to Old Town Pasadena, 78 urban townhomes and flats that range from about 2,600 square feet to about 4,430 square feet, starting priced in the low 2 millions. Oh, sorry. That had to happen, of course.
Yes.
All right, Bree, take it away.
Wonderful. Well, here we are just entering our penthouse residences 412. You can see the architecture of Terraces is really characterized by a contemporary European influence that really maximizes the light corridors, just filling the whole space with natural light. You'll also notice expansive 9-foot to 10-foot vaulted ceilings throughout. One of the great features is the fact that we really bring the indoors out, as you see there with the large panel infinity window glass. And you see a little bit of a picture of the open concept kitchen that we're going to talk about in a little more detail here shortly. Here's the living room area.
This would be a great place to stop, because we have such a great living room space here. I love that room. It's a 2-story room, so you have this great height in the space. It's very airy, it's very beautiful, it's very light. And we've just seen a change in sort of what my thought was when I was talking with MaryLinda about the art selections. So the original piece that was over that credenza there on that left wall, really cool. It was like a 3-piece panel, but it was very dark and actually wider than the credenza. And my thought was, well, if we're going to have something over that credenza, I'd rather it be colorful and sort of pick up on some playful energy that's a little lighter and brighter, and also scale it so that it's about the same length as the credenza. I always like to think of art over a piece of furniture as your hat. So we don't want our hat to be too big, we don't want our hat to be too small, we want it to kind of fit our bodies. And so what I had suggested was finding maybe a pair of pieces that were colorful, playful, picked up on some of that light, bright, airy vibe on that left wall. And then on the right wall, my thought was the TV that was there was actually a little small for that huge wall. So it'd be great to have a larger TV and maybe some other interesting art surrounding it as well. And that's what MaryLinda came up with.
Yes, great. You know, this is a wonderful opportunity to show how it can transform a space. You know, the artwork makes a space more personal. If you leap off of the vision of the designer, as we did here with Jennifer, taking their cue, it ends up elevating the space, both the design and the artwork, when they work beautifully together. And so we offered Jennifer a few options, and I love what she chose, the Leslie Price oil painting here that has a beautiful depth and complexity to it, but it doesn't overwhelm the space. It has a real subtle, gentle statement that it makes. The TV, making the TV bigger, also gave us an opportunity to do something that I love to do, which is when a TV is not in action as a TV, making it artwork. So we put in a beautiful contemplative piece of artwork on the TV. And then the next, we have 3 slides for this living room. It really gives you an opportunity to see the difference the art makes. So we introduced a piece by Jorge Marin, a wonderful figurative piece that also has some magic realism to it, that transforms the space in that it gives a focal point, something of interest. And again, when you're surrounded by work that you love, it feeds your soul. And then we both love the height of this space. And so in the next slide, we went ahead and reduced the TV size just a little bit so that we could make this dramatic wall sculpture by Maren Klopman to create a sense of drama, to bring in a little bit more of the architecture. So you can see how, as we layered in the work, including a piece, a more bold statement on over the credenza, so that it lives up to the strong statement that the wall sculpture makes. You can see how the whole space becomes enlivened and exciting to be in. And we also brought a small sculpture in the front and kind of simplified the table that is in the foreground.
Yeah, those pieces are really fantastic. I love the art that you chose, MaryLinda.
Thank you. And that's a great thing to hear.
The space.
Thank you, Bree. Leslie Kenneth Price is the first painting that we saw. Jorge Marin and Marek Olszewski was the photographer from London. Jorge Marin is also he's an artist from Mexico. And then Marin Klopman through Hassler Burroughs Gallery, and then Laura Letchinger, his LA-based artist. And those are all the works. And you will see all of those in an email later on and have the opportunity to purchase them desired.
Great. Well, we're going to head back into the dining area and into our chef's kitchen, which all of them are, for the most part, open concept kitchens, perfect for entertaining. They all feature Caesar stone countertops with custom stone or tile backsplash. And of course, those beautiful Italian Linea Quattro cabinets throughout, which are lovely. You'll see we have the highest level of appliance packages as well. We feature coming up here, a 36-inch Wolf stainless steel 5-burner refrigerator. You see there the stainless steel sink as well. So this is just a beautiful, wonderful stove. So if you're really a cook, you're going to have fun in this kitchen. Again, the single basin farm style sink. Our Sub-Zero stainless steel 48-inch side-by-side refrigerator. And then coming up here is our 36-inch Wolf stainless steel electric self-cleaning double oven. And of course, don't forget that beautiful pantry space that is just waiting for your personal touch to finish out however you would like for, again, a true entertainer's home. So coming back out here into the main dining area, you'll see that we have beautiful 5-inch plank hardwood flooring throughout all of the main living areas. There's plentiful 4-inch LED can lights that you see in the ceiling there with additional pre-wiring that's available, as well as Cat5 wiring for all of your media needs. So really these homes are move-in ready, have all the creature comforts you would possibly wish for or hope for. Again, I think one of the best features of Terraces is this seamless indoor-outdoor experience, which is perfect for the California climate. Most of our homes feature very expansive terraces that are perfect for outdoor entertaining. Pasadena is hot, hot, hot in the summer, but the summer nights out there cannot be beat. So a lot of our residences find themselves hanging out for hours at a time on the patios and verandas that you find throughout our homes at Terraces at Ambassador Gardens. So speaking of the Ambassador Gardens, we're going to look over here just over the veranda space. You'll see the auditorium. That's the Ambassador Auditorium that is housed to the Pasadena Symphony every year, as well as other cultural events. You have water features throughout, fountains, and historic mansions on what is over 100-year-old historic gardens that are available to the public, open to the public, I should say, but really a natural amenity for all of our homeowners at Terraces, given that this is truly our backyard. So if you have a chance, definitely come by and see us and take a walk through the gardens. It's something not to be missed. Now we're going to head back down the hallway again, where you see that beautiful light. And we're going to take a peek at one of our main level secondary bedrooms. And I think Jennifer has some great ideas for us as how we can redress that space. But of course, you see that great light again here. We've done some unique staging and painted an accent wall here that I'm really curious to see what the both of you ladies have for us here. So I'll pause.
Well, this bedroom is already gorgeous, and I do love that wall treatment behind the bed. It's a really charming space. There's lots of natural light coming in. It's very cozy. The art piece that's above the bed is a cool art piece, but again, talking about the size of your hat, I feel that that piece is a little small to be above the bed. So my suggestion was to bring in either 2 or 3 pieces that would essentially extend from left to right along the headboard and give us a bit of sparkle and luxury sort of moving up that wall. So one suggestion I had was maybe to use mirrors. These particular mirrors are from Interior Illusions, and I love these because they're not so much about the mirror as about the sculptural aspect of these pieces. So the mirror itself is very small, but then the sparkle of those tendrils coming out of these starbursts are very impactful. So it almost has this feeling of celestial stars sort of floating from your dreams. And then when I was talking with MaryLinda, we discussed maybe coming up with a 2-dimensional version of that same concept.
Yes, and those the Luxe Partner Interior Illusions mirrors are so fun, and it inspired us to go with something that is similar. In the next slide, you have a sense also of the celestial in the work by Seiko Tachibana. It's a triptych that has She works with both the macro and micro visuals in her artwork, and it's soothing and calming, but also brings in the night sky.
It really has that same feeling as those mirrors, where there's this bit of sparkle, dreamy starlight coming from them. So I love the way that you sort of figured out how to show an expression of that three-dimensionality with a two-dimensional art piece.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I love her work. And so that is Seiko Tachibana, a San Francisco-based artist. And then, as you also see in Illusions, the mirrors here.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. Well, we're going to head back down the hallway here, heading into our secondary bedroom. We're going to just turn the corner here. Again, you see all that natural light, which I talk about all the time at Terraces, because I think it is such a boon for this community and for the individual homes. Again, you can see a little peek out the gardens there. And as we pan over, we're going to look at one of our the secondary bathroom as well. This is a great space, you know, obviously for interpretation, however you choose. Here we have our 27-inch Whirlpool front-loading multi-cycle washer and matching electric dryer with, of course, a quick dry cycle. So that comes as part of your purchase with the home. And then we're going to head back down here, down the hallway. And this is now where we're going to stop in the master, I believe, to take a look at how we might enhance this space.
Well, this master bedroom is gorgeous. It's perfectly tricked out. I love the treatment behind the bed. It's a beautiful space. It's a really large master suite. So you definitely already have that feeling of luxury and elegance in the space. The wall that I'd like to see change is this TV wall, because the bed wall where the headboard is our focal wall. When we walk into the room, that's the first thing we're looking at. But the TV wall is actually our second focal wall. When you're in the bed, that's what you're looking at. Mm-hmm. So we still want that wall to feel purposeful and beautiful and exciting. So even though this is a master suite where we want a bit of calm tranquility, it's also a place where we can express our own personal drama and a little visual interest in an unusual way. So my suggestion was on the left of the TV to change that piece of art, which is very nice, but I was looking for something with a little more drama to it, still with a neutral color palette that was soothing and fit in the space, but with a bit of a pop. And then to the right of the television, we have this sort of empty void that I thought would be really beautiful to have a floor sculpture, something, you know, extremely unique and interesting. And these are the pieces that MaryLinda found. I adore.
Yes, thank you. The piece by Anna Kincaid on the left is it's typical of her work. Gorgeous flowers in with a female figure. And it really works beautifully as a statement piece, but also very soothing, the way it pulls in the colors in the room. And again, like I was saying before, when you relate to the room, it ends up elevating the entire space. Mm-hmm. And gives something for them to look at while they're in the bed that is beautiful and interesting and will be something of interest for a long time.
And then something MaryLinda and I have talked about is a good trick when you are bringing an art piece into a space that may be a little more of a surprising piece, something that doesn't blend in, it stands out. Art is very personal, and so you want those pieces that excite you and interest you. If you're looking for a way to make them feel connected to the space, one of our tricks is to use an accessory that references that. So you see that we added this vase of peonies on the table that references the peonies and roses in the artwork. So suddenly that piece, which is very surprising and unique, becomes a cohesive part of that master suite.
Yes, absolutely. I loved when you did that, Jennifer. I thought it was a connection there that pulls it all into the space. And then this piece by John Krawczyk, the sculpture, has intrigue, and it has the height, and yet it doesn't dominate the space because it's a narrow, and it also reflects, having the stainless steel, very contemporary, but it also reflects the colors within the space in a really intriguing way. His organic nature of the work creates, as you can see, a lot of interest being too dominating.
And seeing these two pieces next to each other is great because you can see how the sculpture, the curves of that sculpture reference some of those fluid lines in the painting. That's a really good balance for each other.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes. And so Anna Kincaid, John Krawczyk, beautiful artwork. That really
Amazing.
transformed
Really
that.
beautiful transformation. So lovely. Well, let's head on to one of my favorite rooms in the entire home, which is the closets. And let me tell you, at Terraces, we have closets, closets, closets. So ladies, bring your shoes. We leave them unfinished so that our homeowners can ultimately decide how they want to create their perfect dream closet. We have lots of various vendors that we can refer you to that we've worked with in the past to do just this type of work. So again, huge space in here. You know, let your imagination run wild in terms of how you would ultimately want to outfit this closet. But again, you know, great can lighting and a world of possibility. We're going to head down into the master bathroom where you see our Hydro Systems freestanding tub that's just perfectly framed by this beautiful light window. You've got just that beautiful tile flooring, as well as Duravet bathroom sinks and water closets and fixtures. So I can imagine staying all day in this space. I'm curious to know, Jennifer and MaryLinda, what you do with it.
Well, the master bath is already decadent and wonderful. It's expansive. We've got the his and her vanities. I love the floating vanities. I love the freestanding tub. I love the natural light pouring into the space. So this room is already fantastic. I think that a bathroom, especially a master suite, is a great place to do something very surprising. And so the piece of art that's on the right wall, I like it. It is a lovely, tranquil piece. Well, when MaryLinda and I were talking, my suggestion was, let's go big and bold, keeping in that same color palette, keeping with the idea of water, since we are in a bath suite. So I was looking for a large, dramatic piece that would reference that water, stay in that palette, but be a very striking piece. And then I also had thought on the left, instead of the vases on the floor, it might be nice to bring in a really cool bench, something that is both artistic and practical.
Yes, and I throughout the whole project, it was great. Jennifer and I ended up being very much on the same page all across. It was great working together on this. The idea of the water element in the bathroom is definitely something that we love to do. And this photographic piece by Ilsa Moore is beautiful in that it's water, but it also has that deeper tones, which gives it a depth. The kelp, the water, all of that brings in an organic element, which is beautiful. And yet it has that intriguing figure diving in the water.
And then the bench, the bench on the left, that's from Dow. And I had chosen that particular bench because you said the word organic, and that was my thought as well, to bring in an organic element that feels very sculptural. And this piece, which is like a petrified wood top, really has a lot of movement and expression that mirrors what you chose in the art on the right.
Yes, absolutely. I think they work beautifully together. And that Luxe partner Dow, as you can see here, you get a little bit better picture of the petrified wood, and all of their products have that great organic quality to them. And then again, you get a better picture of Ilsa Moore because that was on an angle. You get a better sense of what that figure is and how it's in the water, and the colors are just so beautiful with the blues and turquoise. She does incredible work. She's an Australian artist.
Wow, that was beautiful. Well, we're going to head back out into the hallway. That staircase that you're looking at right now, we're not going to go up there, but there's a beautiful loft space, another exterior veranda. So please visit PasadenaPerfected.com. You can register your interest. You can also call our sales gallery at 626-304-0359 for more information and a tour. We're here in our office. That's a bit of a flex space. And Jennifer, I'm going to turn it over to you to hear a little bit more about what you would do to make this the perfect workspace now that we're all working from home.
We are all working from home. So the home office has never been more important. And we're off to a great start in this one. I love this center wall that we're looking at because there's that white desk, there's the blue art behind it. I love the horse that's on the desk. Those are really lovely pieces, and it really anchors the room. So I'm drawing from that center section. Looking at the left wall, those pieces that are sculptural on the wall, I love that idea. The idea of having something sculptural and dimensional in your office really creates a lot of conversation and visual interest. I was looking though for a piece that would be larger, take up more volume on that wall, but still feel light and translucent, because these pieces, they're pretty, but I wanted something a little more collected and impactful. Then on the right, we all have books and clocks and things that end up in our office. My suggestion is always to make things feel collected and organized, especially in an office. We want to feel organized and together. While things are aesthetically beautiful, we need them to be purposefully thought out as well. That avoids that feeling of clutter. So my suggestion was to get a bookcase or an etagere on that wall where beautiful pieces as well as functional pieces could be wonderfully collected, so it felt more curated. And so this piece of art, I mean, MaryLinda, it's fabulous.
Thank you. We also were excited about the idea of wall sculpture, but we didn't want something that would be too busy, as you were saying. And yet we wanted it to have an interest. Somebody's going to be sitting there at the desk. They get the beautiful view through the bedroom with the light outside, but something on the wall there that would be of interest for a long time was part of what we were looking for. And something that has texture and materiality, like this piece by Atticus Adams. It's wire mesh paint. It's got a translucency to it, and yet still has that kind of visceral quality to it. Is beautiful, and it picks up the light, as you can see, beautifully.
Well, it also picks up on the rug. It picks up on our chrome tones in the space. It reflects the light around. So it really answers all of the needs of a beautiful art piece on that wall.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and then we brought in a couple small pieces, as we did in the living room, by Dana Bellello-Barrow. As you see the vases in the case, not decorative, but truly something that would bring joy by looking at it, in amongst the other more functional items.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. So this bookcase is from Beau Concept, and you can see we've got books, we've got bases, we've got all of those different items that before were scattered. Now we have them purposeful, and it makes the art pieces look gorgeous. It makes our practical and functional pieces feel well organized. So the space now is not only beautiful, but it's very well thought out, very organized, and makes for a great workspace.
Yes, this is an office I would love to work in.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as you see, Atticus Adams, bronze mesh and mixed media piece, and then also you see here the Dana Bellello-Barrow piece from the living room, and the two vases here, and the partner Beau Concept Coma wall system piece. And that's
Bree, that was a fabulous tour.
Well, and fabulous art that you presented to us. It was really interesting. I live and breathe, these homes on a regular, and to see what you did with our staging to really reinvent the spaces was really inspiring. And I hope that our viewers got the same sense from your tour and the beautiful art pieces that you featured for us.
Thank you. It really was wonderful. The space is so gorgeous, and it had it was such a great palette to work on.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. This was really, really a delightful tour, and it just blows my mind what technology can do these days, and that we can honestly feel like we're walking through a house when we might be a few miles or a couple thousand miles away. So this was amazing, and it's also wonderful to see just what can how you can make these already special spaces more personal, art-filled, and unique. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today, all of our attendees. And just to remind you, you'll be receiving an email with everyone's contact information, along with information on the terraces themselves, as well as the pieces, the artwork, and the furnishings that were included, should you be interested. And thank you so much to our wonderful panelists, Bree, Jennifer, and MaryLinda. Thank you so much for all of your hard work on this. This was a heavy lift for you all, and it was wonderful to see how this all came together. I would love to encourage everyone to check out the Terraces. There are a variety of price points available and styles. So this is just one of the options at this really fantastic central new project. And just finally, reach out to everyone, connect with these people. These are experts who have a lot of wonderful information and can help you with your own art and design conundrums. So with that being said, I think we have a little bit of time for some questions. Let's see. We had a question about the window treatments. Bree, these are shown without window treatments, but there's, obviously the option of doing whatever an owner would like with window treatments, correct?
Absolutely, and obviously, we've demonstrated in this particular home the lighting feature, the natural light feature, which I think should be exalted in the community. And most of our homeowners really, really just love that the openness that all of those expansive windows and light brings to the home itself. But certainly, we partner again with a number of vendors that can help with any kind of shade requirements or shears of any sort, because obviously privacy is important to people and we want to make sure that they're comfortable. So it's definitely possible. We don't feature them in this particular home, but many of our homeowners do have shades on the windows in their homes.
Great. And then we had another question regarding a recording. I am going to double check on the recording piece of these. I think generally we do, and then that link is shared after the fact, but I am not sure on what the timing will be. Let's see. Now, question from another attendee about the artwork in the living area. Does that artwork, remind me, does it cover the TV?
Yes.
It does.
Yes, I can answer that. It's actually on the TV, within the TV itself. That is an opportunity where the TV can become the artwork. It doesn't cover it. It's an image that is on the screen that you can have showing when you're not watching TV. And so it's a seamless transition.
It's like a screensaver for the TV. That's
right. And you can actually switch out. You can have a few different artworks on the TV so that you can change it as your mood changes.
Excellent. Well, if there are no, Jennifer, yes.
Lisa, someone had sent me a question, but it's really a question for MaryLinda.
Okay.
What is your process to start the search for art for a space? And that's actually a big question, but MaryLinda, I'll defer to you on that one.
Thank you. So we work with interior designers, architects, municipalities, individual clients, but really always we start the same place. We try to find out, we kind of tease out what people are drawn to, what moves them. We create virtual galleries of artwork. We source from the world of art, from emerging artists through blue chips, blue chip works of art that are hard to find, from local, international galleries, every genre and style. And we bring those together so that we can kind of get a sense of what they're drawn to. Once we do that, we then do renderings in the space like you saw here. This is the renderings that we usually do is what you saw on the screen. And so we work with the client and designer and find the pieces that they're being drawn to, and then we show them in the space. And then we also can bring artwork on memo because it's until you see it in a space, sometimes you never really know. We use lots of different opportunities. If it's across the world, we'll go ahead and do a 2-scale printout so that you can really see what it looks like, even if you aren't ready to spend the money to ship it yet. And then of course we handle the installations, commissions, all of that, and art management to pull it all together at the end.
Excellent. And just to follow up regarding the availability of a recording, and this is a good reminder for me to thank a critical behind the scenes member of our team, Vanessa Kojavinas, is on our marketing side and events side, and she was instrumental in putting this all together and braving this new world of a new thing that we're doing. So a big thanks to Vanessa. And Vanessa, if her contact information will also be on the information shared in the email after the event is over. And if you want to reach out directly to her regarding a recording of the presentation, then she would be your contact to get a hold of that. So I don't see any more questions. So I think we should wrap it up. It was wonderful to have all three of you. And thank you everyone for attending. I really appreciate your time and your expertise and your insight. And I hope everyone will reach out to all of our panelists with questions and thoughts. So I appreciate all of you. Very many thanks, and thank you again.
Thank you. It was great working with the whole team.
Thank you, everyone. That was so much fun. Really enjoyed it.
Same here. Thanks, everyone.
Yes,
Take care.
Be here.